There has been a major escalation with Yemen and Iran. Yesterday, a ballistic missile from the Houthis in Yemen evaded Israel's missile defense systems and struck the Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv. Israel has vowed strikes against the Houthis in return and an attack on Iran itself. I'm Josiah Hilton, and this is the Israel Guys. The nation of Israel received a wake-up call on Sunday at just how dangerous the Houthi terrorist group in Yemen actually is. Yesterday, at around 9:20 a.m., rocket sirens sounded throughout central Israel as the terrorist Houthis in Yemen shot a ballistic missile at Israel's population center. Now, there have been dozens of ballistic missiles shot at Israel in the past several months from Yemen, and every time Israel's defense systems have shot the missiles down, in most cases even before the ballistic missile reached Israeli airspace. This time, the defenses failed. The ballistic missile struck the Ben Gurion Airport not too far from the airport's main terminal, Terminal 3. As you can see from the videos, the missile struck right next to the airport's main access road in a fruit grove. Thank God there were no serious injuries from the attack. Two people, however, were lightly injured from the blast, but were treated right away and taken to the hospital. The IDF confirmed that they tried to intercept the missile several times, but failed to do so. Both the THAAD and Arrow missile systems were both deployed, but both of them failed to make contact with the ballistic missile that was incoming. Israel's defense minister, Israel Katz, made a statement following the attack saying, "Whoever harms us will be struck sevenfold in return." In a statement Sunday afternoon, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed a forceful response to this attack. He said, "There will be blows. We are acting against them. We have acted in the past, and we will act in the future. I cannot detail everything." Now, as you can imagine, this missile strike caused significant disruptions to takeoffs and arrivals at the Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv. The airport authority said that operations were frozen across the entire airport for about an hour before they were resumed as usual, but access to the airport was still blocked for many more hours due to investigations and the search for shrapnel all around the airport. Israel has vowed to retaliate against the Houthis, which would be actually a first since Donald Trump took office. During Joe Biden's presidency, Israel struck the Houthis in Yemen 5 times since the beginning of the war. But since Trump took office in January and reportedly at his specific request, Israel has refrained from striking the terrorist group in Yemen. An Israeli official told the media, quote, "The administration has never vetoed an Israeli strike, but the message was, we're handling it." However, Washington now realizes that Israel can no longer remain passive. So it is clear that Israel will respond to this attack by the Houthis, but we don't know when, and obviously we don't know where. The Houthis, emboldened presumably by this rare success in their attacks against Israel, are now threatening Israel even further. The spokesperson for the Houthi military, Yahya Saree, made a statement following the missile strike on Sunday, saying that the Houthis would impose a comprehensive aerial blockade on Israel through repeated strikes on airports, primarily Ben Gurion Airport. We'll be right back, but first, did you know you can own real authentic soil from the Temple Mount in Jerusalem? In the late 1990s, the Islamic Waqf removed thousands of tons of soil from the Temple Mount and dumped it in the Kidron Valley just outside the old city of Jerusalem. While sifting through the soil in the years since then, Israeli archaeologists have discovered hundreds of thousands of priceless treasures and artifacts that shine a new light on all kinds of details previously unknown about the first and second temples. What's even crazier is that the leftover soil from the sifting project is now, for the first time ever, available for you to own as individually authenticated pieces of history. With this jewelry, for the first time in history, you can own a piece of the Temple Mount. What's even more amazing is that much of the proceeds from these products will go directly back into funding the ongoing sifting project in Jerusalem, paving the way for thousands of new exciting artifacts to be discovered. Don't miss out on possibly the only chance in world history to own a piece of the Temple Mount and a beautifully packaged, one-of-a-kind piece of jewelry that bridges the gap between ancient history and the beautiful future in store for Jerusalem and the Temple Mount as a house of prayer for all nations. This is the only company in the world that owns soil from the Temple Mount. To find out more, visit templemountsoil.com or click the link in the description below. If you use our exclusive Israel Guys discount code, Israel10, you can get 10% off your order. That's templemountsoil.com, or click the link down in the description below and use the code Israel10 for 10% off your order. So Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is recognizing the real force behind the Houthi attacks, Iran. And he has made it very clear that he will exact a price from Iran. He said, the Houthi attacks are coming from Iran. Israel will respond to the Houthi assault on our main airport and also at a time and place of our choosing against their Iranian terror masters. Benny Gantz, who is the leader of the National Unity Party here in Israel, he said, this is not Yemen, it's Iran. Iran is the one firing ballistic missiles at the state of Israel, and it must be held accountable. The Israeli government must wake up and not revert to the days of trickle responses. The attacks on the state of Israel must lead to a severe response in Tehran. So Israel has now vowed to actually strike Iran to stop their terror regime, which is a rising global threat, especially with their race for nuclear weapons. Israel is joined, thankfully, by the U.S. in this initiative to stop Iran from acquiring nuclear capabilities. U.S. President Donald Trump, he said in a recent interview with Meet the Press that Iran has to abandon all nuclear ambition.
Total dismantlement.
That's all you'll accept?
That's all I'd accept. It's a very simple deal. I want Iran to be really successful, really great, really fantastic. The only thing they can't have is a nuclear weapon.
We have currently a president in the White House that is very clear on this issue and understands the Iranian threat, which is not just a threat to the Middle East, but to the entire world. What many people and even world leaders refuse to recognize is the catastrophic consequences of allowing Iran to acquire nuclear capabilities. Israel knows firsthand the danger of this, and thankfully, the White House seems to be on the same page with Israel on this very serious issue. Another thing that is escalating here in Israel is Israel's war in Gaza. On Saturday night, the IDF issued a call-up order for tens of thousands of reservists in preparation for a large-scale escalation of Israel's military campaign inside the Gaza Strip. The IDF Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir, said on Sunday, this week we are issuing tens of thousands of call-up orders to our reservists in order to intensify and expand our operation in Gaza. We are increasing the pressure with the goal of bringing our people back and defeating Hamas. We will operate in additional areas and destroy all infrastructure above and below ground. Now, this order was actually approved by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu back on Friday, and was formally approved by the Security Cabinet just yesterday on Sunday afternoon. After what they said was a 7-hour cabinet meeting last night, the cabinet approved a plan to exert significant pressure on Hamas by majorly expanding Israel's military operations in Gaza. This move aims to pressure Hamas to agree to a hostage release deal. Now, until now, the IDF has taken back control of about 40% of the Gaza Strip since the end of the hostage ceasefire agreement, which ended in the middle of March. And this expansion would enable the IDF to control more territory inside Gaza. They'd be able to move Gazans southward away from the fighting and keep Hamas from distributing the aid. Although this military call-up is happening right now, and they're calling up reservists, the expansion of the fighting and the actual battle with Hamas is not expected to start until after President Trump's visit to the Middle East next week. So we will obviously be seeing much more happening in the weeks to come. Continue to pray for the nation of Israel as they defend their state and fight for survival. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's show. Don't forget to check out the Temple Mount soil necklaces. Click the link down in the description below and use our special discount code. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and get the conversation going down below. If you liked what we did here, click that like button. And also, if you'd like to support our work, you can head over to theisraelguys.com/donate. As always, stop listening to the lies and propaganda and connect with the truth of what is happening here in Israel. We'll be back soon here at The Israel Guys.